Hey buddies, it's your girl Aychristene, and today you guys suggested I check out My WEEABOO Academia featuring Domics. This is Aidini by Aidini Tortellini. I love that name. Link for this video is in the description box below for you to check out. Now let's get started.
When I was in 2nd grade, or about 7 years old, my parents decided to enroll me in Japanese school, which went from kindergarten to 11th grade. I'm not sure how many of you people watching have been to a language school before, but they're pretty annoying. First of all, you have to spend part of your weekend to go to classes. And as a little kid, that free time on Saturday is pretty precious, so I wasn't particularly excited to be missing out on 6 hours of my weekend. My Saturday schedule ended up being something like this. Wake up at 7:30 and eat breakfast, go to school, stand outside in the cold fog for 30 minutes to listen to morning announcements, go to class, read some books, eat lunch outside in the cold fog, nap time, the math class, and leave. Repeat this cycle for 8 years and boom, story of my life. This probably sounds like it would get super boring to you, which it was. But in my many years of attending Japanese school, a lot of questionable things have happened. When I started my first year of middle school, I finally noticed a giant flock of weeaboos in my school. Because middle school is located in a different building, 20 minutes away from the elementary school, I was practically walking blindly into my new classes. I had no idea what to expect. If I had known what would happen next, I probably wouldn't have continued Japanese school. But at 12 o'clock, during lunch, I stepped outside, and the world's loudest, most stereotypical J-pop was being blasted out of these 1-meter-tall speakers. The teacher playing this music was this old guy, and I never had him as a teacher, but knowing this guy was the one behind this just made it even weirder.
Not in Japan?
Why are you doing this to me? It's pretty funny to imagine this guy coming home and saying something like, "Whew, today was a hard day." And then he looks to his bed and there's a body pillow.
Domics.
"I'll never leave you, Rem."
Oh dear.
So beautiful.
Oh dear.
I'm not sure if you know this, but anime music, it's pretty unique. I'm gonna say that. I've grown accustomed to the music and practically have a sound barrier outside of my ears every time I step outside for lunch. But I just can't help but laugh when I see outsiders try to pretend like they can't hear anything. Another thing that was pretty weird was that there was a calligraphy writing contest. The only rule was that you had to write a specific set of 200 Japanese kanji characters from memory, and no cheating. The contest itself wasn't very weird. It was really annoying to do, especially because it was mandatory, but no. The weird thing about this contest was the prize. If you got in the top 10, you would get an anime figure. One day when I was in my first year of Japanese school, I was sitting in class with my...
I'm confused. Are you not in Japan? And I'm guessing that some of these people are not Japanese.
Friend.
Where was the school?
Then he decided to take a piece of paper and shove it in his mouth.
Why would he do
Another
that?
thing that's pretty weird are the people there.
Why
There's this thing where if guys see you hanging out with females and you yourself are a guy, then you're transgender. What the heck? Because I thought spending time with you was boring, I am now automatically transgender. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Right,
teachers.
But
teachers are weird.
Hanging out with girls
One
is not
time in
what
my Japanese school, I had a math teacher who would constantly yell. I've never heard her talking normally. She's just always yelling. She would also play piano for the school anthem, because we have one of those. And she was not very good. I'd give her an F. Another teacher I had, we'll call him Mr. Ono. Mr. Ono was a cool teacher. One time I was doodling on the back of a test. And you know the number one rule about school? No doodling! But Mr. Ono walked up to me and said,
"If it's all over
the paper. Is that Michelangelo? Dang, that's pretty cool, man."
Also, when we were reading, Mr. Ono would skip me because he knew I couldn't read all of the complicated words.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next up to read is
Luke or something. Stinky deer.
Hana.
You know, this probably made him sound like a really bad teacher, but you're wrong.
No,
overall, Japanese school is pretty good. It's really tiring, and a lot of the time I don't want to leave my bed on Saturday morning, but just knowing that I can watch anime subbed without having to practically read an entire essay whenever someone talks really pushes me to keep going.
Hey guys, Domics here.
Okay,
just want to thank Aiden for letting me...
So you weren't in, like, in Japan? I do want to see, like, get more information on this. Like, anime is good unless it's in school. Oh no, that's it. That's it. I wasn't sure, like, because he said his WEEABOO Academy. like instead of My Hero Academia. I don't know. I guess if you're, I'm guessing he might be Japanese, or have some relation to the Japanese culture because his family sent him to a Japanese school. I don't know why you would just be like, hey, I'm gonna just send you to a Japanese school just because. And if it's not run by Japanese people, then that's weird. Especially in the means of, not saying that another race can't run a Japanese school. I mean, if you are offended, then whatever with that. It's more so in the aspect that there's so much to Japanese culture. It's not just anime. Anime is big, but it's not just anime. You've got traditional Japanese culture. You've got the technological advance, how they view technology. Like stuff from Japan is crazy have you seen some? You should look at Google. Well, I'm afraid to tell you Google some stuff because I don't know what you're gonna come across, and I had no part in that. Okay, but there's so many other things. It's not just anime. So the fact that if it is a Japanese school that's not run by Japanese people, and then the people who run the school are like, okay, anime, then maybe they should just call this an anime school that you have to go to and do other things, because it doesn't seem authentic. There's such a wide range, right? So where is this school? That's the first thing. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. If you like that video, check out the link in the description box below to support Mr. Tortellini. I love the Tortellini. And I love the Tortellini name. And to support Domics, if you like this video, hug the like button. I love you guys as always. And until next time, buddies. Toodles.